Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome, glad to have you here. Oh, look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee.
You sure? It's cultist coffee.
What makes it cultist coffee?
I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it.
Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Look what it does. There we go. Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you doing? How are you feeling? I'm feeling pretty good this morning. Hopefully I'm not muted. I'm doing pretty good today. I'm feeling much better. I'm not feeling completely 100%, but I'm feeling much better. We're going to be talking about doing some additional prep that I wanted to do for the AD&D game because I did not end up going and playing with the nephews on Thursday. I hadn't done as much prep as I wanted to for the game, but that's okay. I still would have gone and played and been like, all right, we'll go ahead and do it. But I was going to be gone all day that day. And then also I was still feeling awful as far as allergies go on Thursday. And I didn't really think I could play or really, do my best job GMing for them or DMing for them. And so I asked them for a rain check. So we're going to play in a few more days. I'm not exactly sure when, but I didn't do that game. So we're not doing a game wrap up today, but I'm doing a few more things that I really would like to do in order to prep for the next time we play. I'm going to take some allergy medication. So it's great to see everybody here. Let's see. Good morning, Tomocrat. We've got Mike here as well. Good morning, Better with Bacon. Stray just gifted. I'm going to go in and we're going to see what Stray gifted 50 memberships. I'm going to switch over to this other tab so we can see. Thank you so much, Stray. Stray is amazing. Oh, look, the Outcast Creative. So Lance ended up getting a membership. Mike G. There we go. Who else do we recognize? See, say hi if you were here. Darafin, Darth Gravel, Bone Caller. Be sure that you've turned this on to accept membership gifting if you have not. Let's see. Son Volk. I'm looking for names I recognize. Oh, James Bacon has the green shield now. Let's see. Oh, Stray also has the green shield. Oh, we have 2 green shield people in here. Guitar Guy Nick. All right. I recognize Guitar Guy Nick. But did actually Doug Burton get a? Is that what somebody said? Somebody said Doug Burton actually got one. Yes, yes, Doug did too. So Doug got one. Lady of Pain as well. I remember that name. All right, thank you so much, Stray. You're amazing. Some of them still may be coming in. So, oh, Paul says, talking about the traps here. I got to get another video out. Paul says, thank you for the heart or for my tell a story advice. Oh yes, I read that was a great comment. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much for writing all of that. Okay, so what have I been up to other than having been gone basically all day for 2 days? Basically that's it. Still being sick and then was gone for basically 2 days. Let's see. So there isn't a whole lot else to talk about, I don't think. I did this last night. I did take a class. I was looking at material on how to create those shorts because I'm going to be working on that this afternoon again and the next day. Because I was talking to Sydney again. You know, she's the one who does all the short marketing and has been picking up another client. I was talking to her about marketing things through shorts and what she does. And so I sat down and actually decided that I was going to take a class, like a 2-hour class on short creation and short marketing. So I did do that last night. So I'm excited about that. I was like, okay, so what do we need to do here? What do we need to make? So maybe some other material in the shorts format. And I'm really excited about that. So that happened, but that's really about it. Let's see. All right. So we're going to be getting into this. Well, where's the box? Right here. We're playing in this, and last time we basically read through the adventure. We read through the adventure last time, which I think is a really neat one. This is the one where they are trapped in the haunted house. Oh, and I don't know if BGD is here or not at the moment, but BGD was talking about should we even introduce being brought back to life and to the boys? And I was thinking about that, and I did, inadvertently, I guess I already did, because when I was speaking to my youngest the other night, when I was over at their house shooting the BB guns and pellet pistols, I did go through everything that was available to them in town, and we talked about the Temple of Lathander and that they do have the resurrection services for 1,000 gold coins per level. So that's part of it. I was just trying to run it like it, says there. But on the other hand, I forgot to tell him that he was an elf, and so he's not eligible for resurrection. But on the other hand, I was like, it does kind of ruin things. Now, he had a great idea with that because he went, oh, then what we should do is we should bring back the king. They were in the King Damara's castle, and he's mummified in the basement. And so he instantly said, hey, we should bring back the king. And I thought that was a great idea. That's another possible avenue that you could take. I'm sure he wasn't expecting to get, his mummified remains brought back to life. There might be some kind of technical reason about whether or not you can bring him back to life, maybe within the spell. Okay, player's guide right here. I wonder. Or actually, resurrection might not even be in this little player's handbook that's got here, because it's probably too high a level spell, and the players, this only goes up to 5th level, so I bet it's not in here. But I don't know if there's some kind of limitation on how long you can be dead or something like that. He's been dead for a long time and mummified. But nonetheless, I kind of thought, even if there's some kind of technical reason why that couldn't be done, if they had the gold, well, why not let them do it? That's 2 different ways that we can bring that castle back into the ogre, because they haven't encountered the ogre, and then maybe bring the king back to life. But on the other hand, I mean, I kind of agree with BGD that maybe we shouldn't be doing a whole lot with the resurrections. Maybe it's better just to have dead characters be dead, because that does change up. There are several storylines that you can have that you really can't have when you got resurrection. I don't know that the resurrection spell has been very well integrated into the world building a lot of these fantasy worlds, because like that seems to be kind of a loophole right there. That hey, I mean, yes, okay, so I understand it from the player's perspective. Okay, so there is a way to bring back a dead character with enough money, and especially as we've been learning about all of these OSR games, the money is very important, which is a mindset that I have to kind of get out of, because most of the fantasy that I read, money isn't all that important. The Lord of the Rings, for instance, it's not a story about accumulating treasure and magic items. There are some magic items in there. The heroes don't really accumulate treasure. They do in The Hobbit. Now, The Hobbit is about treasure, but the game is over by the time, the story is over. The game is over when you actually get to the gigantic Dragon's Hoard. But the AD&D, the OSR games are really about accumulating treasure, especially the things before AD&D, which doesn't really separate gold and experience points. You get experience points through gold. So, okay, so you can expend a large amount of this treasure that you've accumulated if you're willing to spend it to bring a character back to life. Okay, so that's a choice that they would have to make. But on the other hand, okay, I was thinking about this. Think about the story that we were reading about the haunted house last time. The haunted house has a guy who's trying to, have eternal life and eternal youth. Of course, he's in love with this woman and all of that. So, but he's trying to do all that, and his corpse is someplace in his house, and of course, the magic backfires, and he turns into a juju zombie. But I'm sure they're probably going to ask women, if you know that there's resurrection, like, why can't he be resurrection? Why couldn't we resurrect that guy? So okay, so Paul does say that resurrection also has a 10-year cap on how long a creature has to be raised. And so I don't think that this intro box actually told us how long King Dharma has been dead. So that's probably just the game master's call. So I could say, oh, but you actually can't bring him back to life because it's been too long. But on the other hand, I like rewarding the players. That's a kind of a neat thing that he came up with. And if we can do it, like, do I really want him to not be able to do that? Him being the youngest brother, not to be able to do it just based on a technicality. I mean, I don't really like that. So the haunted house also has kind of a problem with resurrections, if you're thinking about it. One of my favorite adventures, which I would really hope to be able to run them through, is oh, and its name just left me. Oh, well, it's the one where you were investigating the crown prince is dead. Oh no, the crown prince has been captured. Well, what you know is that the king of the kingdom has been killed in a hunting accident. Okay, and it specifically said, and the arrow resisted all attempts by the clerics to be able to heal it, and also all resurrection attempts failed. Okay, but that's just kind of thrown in there because, oh yeah, well, gee, I mean, it's probably in an environment like an AD&D game, it's gonna be difficult to kill the king through a hunting accident, because of course he would have healing magic available and resurrection available. And then the crown prince was on a pilgrimage when his father was killed and all of a sudden gone missing. What's the name of that one? Somebody in the comments must know. Did I buy it? Hang on. Oh, yes. Okay. It's one that I already bought in preparation. Okay. I can't believe its name left me, but it's this one right here, Destiny of Kings. So I really enjoyed playing Destiny of Kings. I want to play it with them. But that's another one that kind of has a little bit of a resurrection problem in here. So what levels is this for? And then also I was thinking about the Sword of the Dales. So there's quite a bit to play with them. What level characters is this for? Ordinarily, it says it on the front. This adventure is designed for a party of 4 to 6 characters from 1st to 4th level of experience. 1st to 4th, I noticed that quite a bit. So they're still level 1, 1st to 4th to do Destiny of Kings. So that gives them plenty of time to do Destiny of Kings and gives them plenty of time to do the Sword of the Dales. I mean, these are, I guess when I saw on the other one that it was 1st to 4th level characters, I had forgotten that, like, you know, the difference between a 1st level and a 4th level character in 5th edition is huge. Oh, it does say on the back here for 4 to 6 characters of 1 to 4th level. Okay. Time travel. I appreciate games that explicitly don't allow Magic to mess with space time. And that was we did have the Chronomancer book. Now there did become Chronomancers in AD&D. We did have that book. I don't remember if we played with it or not. I think someone might have tried being a Chronomancer. Paul says, aside from the story and the modules, may I ask you why you're playing 2nd edition? I'm not critiquing, just curious. I loved 1st edition, 2nd edition, 3X, and what I see in the Pathfinder 1 and 2E. I didn't care for 4E or 5E. Basically, nostalgia. The first system that I played was Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition. And so I still had some of the stuff, and I replaced some of the stuff from the what I call the Great Purge, when I got rid of a bunch of gaming material, and I went back and rebought some of the material that I had lost. And basically, I wanted the boys to experience that. I was kind of laughing with my brother and telling him that, okay, I want to go back, but I want to play some Dungeons and Dragons with them, but I want to play Dungeons and Dragons with them back when a lot of people still thought that it was satanic. So basically, just for nostalgia, these were the like, we played this box set when I was young. I played those other modules when I was young, so I just wanted them to go back and experience that. I'm going to be changing up some things. It was just fun to hear them, like, calculating Thaco too. So very much just about, hey, this is the kind of stuff that I grew up with directly, and I'd like them to experience it directly. So that's why I'm not really a huge fan. I played a lot of 5th edition. I didn't play any 4th edition. We could have played 5th edition, you know. I played a lot of it, but the more I think about it now, I mean, kind of like the less I like it. At the time when it came out, we were really excited about it because it felt like kind of going back to something like AD&D after 3rd. And we also played a lot of 3rd edition. I don't think I would go back and play 3rd, but there was a lot to like about 3rd. I just don't think that would be on the rotation. But especially ever since we've been studying the OSR, and I just felt I just was having such a great time, like, studying old school essentials and all of that. It really felt like a great system to do something with. Okay, where did my notes go? This was all just sitting right here. This is also the one that has the CD, so I thought it'd be fun to play with them with the CD as well. Well, what in the world? Well, there were several things that we said that we wanted to do, or I said that I wanted to do. One of them was change up the way initiative is done. And we just had this list of all these monsters and stuff. Oh, they're right here. Okay. I got to clean my desk again. So I said, after the first game, that I really wanted a spell deck for them, and I really don't need a whole lot of spells, but having a spell deck for the wizard would be nice because the only way that he can reference his spells is by looking over here in the giant, or this is kind of a rather thin version of the PHP, but getting out this whole book over here. And I really like to not have to do that. I'd like to have something in front of him. I prefer for him to have something in front of him that he can directly reference. I did find this right here, which is my deck of blank cards. To make some different cards on to hand out. And so I'd like to be able to make some. Eventually, I'd like to be able to get them printed, but I got these blank cards so that we can do things like perhaps put the spell on it. Because I know he's got Magic Missile. He's got Magic Missile, but then he's got a few different scroll spells as well. I was also thinking that, like, how do we do, magic item cards? You could, put the same kind of back on them, but then you could also put one side of the card on one side of the card, put a generic description of the item, and then put all of its powers on the back. And that way you could hand it to them and they would have the card, but tell them not to turn it over until the item is identified. Now, right now I'm feeling, I've got mixed feelings about identifying the spells, identifying magic items before they're allowed to be used. Like, I forget, am I supposed to be identifying potions, or can I just know what a potion is? If they get a potion of healing, which we said there are 3 potions of healing. No. There are 7 potions. There are 7 potions of healing in that Haunting of Hill House, or not, the house on Harrow Hill. We found out there were 7 potions of healing in that. There are 2 plus 1 daggers, and then there is an elixir of health in there as well. Then there's a longsword plus 2, a mace plus 1, a potion of speed, and a ring of invisibility. Like, the daggers could be fun to identify, come up with some type of, look for the daggers on the back. It's a very, lightweight dagger, blah, 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 very fine construction. Once it's identified, turn over and find that it's a dagger plus 1. Do the same thing with a longsword plus 2. That's really nice. And then they do have scroll spells as well. So put the scrolls in the back. He's got some scroll spells from last time. He used knock. Let's look up. In that first adventure. And he may not have been supposed to be able to use knock, but it doesn't bother me, like, just going with the flow of the game. If the wizard has a spell scroll that is right to use at the time, it's a one-off use anyway. Potion of healing. Oh, he has a magic missile. He might have used that too. He might have used the magic missile and the knocks. He might have not had any spell scrolls left by the time that came through. Okay, so that's good. But there's also scroll spells of detect magic, fireball, magic missile, and clairvoyance in this. And if you got to cast read magic is one of those ones also that I'm thinking about getting rid of. So let's look at read magic. The wizard can read writing at a rate of 1 page per round. Reading the writing does not activate it unless it's a written trap like explosive runes or glyph of warding. When the text has been figured out once, the wizard is able to read it again without the spell. Generally, it seems like people are saying that, hey, let's not use read magic, because it just seems like a wizard should be able to have that spell. And I really don't why would I have the boys memorize read magic? So we have been playing that, and I think it's a good call that we're just not going to use the read magic spell. And if you're a wizard, you can automatically read magic and you'll be able to read the scroll spells. So scroll of detect magic, fireball, magic missile, and clairvoyance. Let's see what's going on here. Paul says, I'm running a game setting. I decided to standardize on Pathfinder 2e. There are multiple reasons for that choice. Not using 5e was directly because of the OGL scandal. I also think 5e feels lacking. I mean, Pathfinder 2nd edition, we looked at quite a bit here, and I did like some of the things that it was doing quite a bit. I liked its initiative system, which I think the DC-20 has further expanded on. And I have a friend, Wild Barley, who's a big fan of Pathfinder First Edition. He does a lot with Pathfinder First Edition. Yeah, we could do. Hey, John. Good morning. Yeah, index cards. These are these are nice because you can write on them with dry erase markers, and you can take them off. Stray says, I think making cards really helps. Amazon had these spell card books with blank cards, and the plastic ones can be markered on, and they're only like 10 or 20 bucks. And I need to get some tokens for gold. This also has 355 gold pieces in it and 575 silver pieces. Oh, Paul's got a tip on identification. Paul says, here's a tip about item identification, especially weapons and armor. Describe the item. It's far more interesting and detailed to the detail the crafter's flourishes than you find a dagger +2. Oh, I agree. Describe the dagger to them or describe the weapon to them. My concern with identification was like, do I tell them mechanically? Like, do I care? Give them the description. But then I think in this game, you're not supposed to actually know its mechanical effects as it's written in here until they get back to the wizard in town to have their items identified. But okay, spell scrolls, I'm going to let them just all this read as long as they have a wizard. Okay, there'll be no problem. If there's no wizard, then you don't know what it is. I kind of like this idea of having one side for something that's unidentified or unknown, and then the other side actually having what it is. I kind of like that idea. But let's see. How much does the wizard charge? Let's see. Anytime a hero is returned from the adventure, they can have magical items identified. See, for 1,000 gold. So this is 1,000 gold. He will identify the magic item. If the heroes do not have 1,000 gold pieces, Nethril will take another magic item as payment. That's pretty steep. So like I said, in this next adventure that they've got, in the first adventure, they probably only have like 50 gold coins or 65 gold coins. In this one, they've only got a combined, in this next one they're playing in, they've only got a combined 350. But if they're supposed to be exchanging some of these magic items for identification of other magic items, because you can still use the magic item, you can still use the longsword +2, even if it's not identified. It's just that I, as the game master, have to make sure that I'm adding in the right bonuses to make sure that I know whether or not they're hitting or not, or the appropriate damage or whatever. So I'm going to have to think about that. Better with Bacon says, I agree with you. Stopping for rules checks can brick wall role playing the game in general. If something happens you don't like, roll with it and discuss afterwards. Yeah, detect magic may help you tell the player what type of magic a potion is, what kind of magic a potion is, and deduce what it is. Let's see what, according to our short PHB over here, detect magic. It says, oh, I forgot that this is also the 10-foot wide path, 60 feet long. I forgot this is the thing that like basically highlights magic. The area of effect goes wherever the wizard looks. Any magical object or spell effect in that area glows, but only the wizard can see it. People with charm person on them glow. Powerful magic items glow brighter than weak magic. It takes a full round to look over 60-degree arc from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock on a clock. So duration 2 rounds per level. 10-foot wide path. You're kind of like a searchlight. 10-foot wide path, looking at magic items. So it's not on an item. I forgot that. Yeah, okay. Fireball. See, Fireball as a spell, though. Yeah, Fireball is a 3rd level spell. I may just let him use those. We will see. Okay, so dagger, then potion. Okay, so it doesn't specifically say. I have a little bit of problem with the organization of these because I'm having to remember all of this as well. So identification of magic items. I know that includes like the swords and stuff like that, but can they identify what will they know the potion of healing? I kind of feel like they should know what the potion of healing is. I think using armors and weapon can eventually come to know the mechanical bonus. They probably can eventually figure it out. If they're paying attention. Which they have been. They've been trying to figure out the armor class of different things. Okay, what is his armor class? Hey, Trey. Lots going on with Shadow Dark right now. Paul says, oh, definitely. Identify should be expensive. You can use most items without identification, but you don't gain any magical effects. As the game master, as the DM, you can give hints. Example, the blade glows red for flame tongue when you crit, but doesn't actually do fire damage. Oh, so it would not be doing the fire damage until you identify it? I mean, it seems to me like, well, I don't know. That okay. I guess I would have thought that it would. And so some things like that you can deduce. But I'm thinking about something like the Sword of the Dales, which will release all shackles and handcuffs, like within sight or within however long. If you say the word Marydale, okay, you're probably never going to know that unless you identify it. Trey says, I've been kicking around the idea of using damage dice based on NPC type D4, fodder, D6, regular, D8 for lieutenants, D10 near boss, D12 for big bad evil guy. I think I'm kind of moving in that direction as well because I'm really interested in moving in the direction of the damage by class, which is going to be a big kind of change here, and I'm probably not going to be able to introduce that rule until in the next game. But I would like to go to magic dice by class. So you give a magic type when the detect magic is on there. Let me see if we might have more in the full game master's guide. Oh, it's not sitting where it's supposed to be sitting. Oh, no, this is still the wrong one. I really do have stuff everywhere. It might be over there. Oh, by the way, I did get something else in. I don't know. Now, this is something I don't know anything about. We'll have to look at this later. But does anybody else know anything about this one? I just realized this is sitting here in the office. I got Land of Eam. Does anybody else have this one or know anything about it? So this is the Land of Eam role-playing game. I got like the entire set here of all these boxes right here. So we might end up having to look at this one day. But those just came in. I forgot about that. I got them sitting down here. Those just came in. Relative Dimension says command word would need a clue or a hint, like a flaming sword has incineration engraved on the blade, and that's the command word. Then it'll ignite even if not identified. Oh, Trey, you have read the quick start on this, so you know something about it? The Land of Eam. Yeah, so I mean, you could guess the command activation, or try to, right? I don't know. I'm still kind of working through that. Let's see. We got also back here. Okay, different kinds of things in this. 2 shadows, Gunther the Wizard, clutching hands, 4 zombies, 3 snakes. I kind of would like to make the snake encounter a little bit more exciting. 8 giant rats, 2 large spiders, and 2 ghouls. ended up being the bad guys in here. And so what I wanted to do was one of the changes that I wanted to make was with initiative. I did initiative wrong last time. I was having them roll for it. I didn't have them do side-based initiative. In AD&D, you're supposed to be rolling for like D10. And I do have, because I have a major problem with like 5th edition initiative, which is why I did do that little short video on that. Fighting 8. Let's see what it technically says to do with initiative right here. Because I think this is side-based initiative. Order of fighting. Dungeon Master secretly decides what the monsters will do. Players take turns saying out loud what their characters are going to try to do. Roll for initiative. Whichever side won initiative rolls all of its attacks. Whichever side lost initiative rolls all of its attacks. I was trying to get that. Hey, Doc Flamingo. I was trying to get them to say what they were going to do first, and I think that's kind of important. I think I got lax on that. Oh, hey, Doc Flamingo has got his 13-month membership right here. Hey, check me out. I'm awesome. You are Doc Flamingo. You totally are. Okay, so initiative. After each side of a battle rolls for initiative. Each side of the battle rolls for initiative. Initiative is just a fancy word for attacking first in a round. Each round initiative is rolled again to see each round initiative is rolled again to see which side attacks first in that round. Initiative is rolled on a 10-sided die. The DM rolls for the monsters. One of the players rolls for the heroes. The side that rolls the lowest number goes first. If there is a tie, re-roll it. So basically, it's random. It's using a D10 right here. You're not supposed to be adding any type of modifier to that. Roll a D10. That side goes first. What I would like to do, though, is have initiative cards with their info on it. So I think they're going to be playing, like, I want to have a card, and a system I want to experiment with is random initiative because it's combat. Oh, relative dimension, that was Stray. So Stray right below you, Stray Kismet right below you, gifted you the membership. Okay, so this is Land of Eam is on the Quick Start Guide and Drive Through RPG as pay what you want. We're going to look at it sometime. But okay, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to put like, okay, I want the initiative to be random. I like the idea. Call out what you are trying to do during the round because I want to keep people engaged. I want these turns to go by fast, and I want them to not necessarily know when their turn is coming up. I hate the 5th edition, everybody rolls initiative and it has to call this out to the game master, and the game master's got to figure out what order all this goes in. And also going first shouldn't matter because the best way to survive a battle is to kill the thing before it kills you. So if we're going fast and brutal, which we're going to work with, going first should be a big deal. But you can play not optimally because you don't know exactly when you're going to have an opportunity to act in the heat of melee. Need a good one to write with. Oh, let me see about putting up the hey BGD. Hey, we were just talking about BGD, what you were talking about at the beginning. We were talking about your idea on not having resurrection, and I was talking about how that actually does create problems. So actually, I think you're right. I kind of introduced the resurrection because that's what was in the book. And as part of this, but I think you're right. I think not having the resurrection is the better idea. And we talked about that at the beginning here. I'm going to pull up the auxiliary camera. All right. Okay, there we go. I don't know why this is making it difficult. Trey says, hand out playing cards, give one to yourself as a DM. And by the way, we do need to look at Dragon. Wait, whatever. I got a lot more information on one of the other games that uses an initiative system sort of like this. Card-based initiative. Hand out playing cards, give one to yourself as the DM and the people who reveal card values after stating their decision. Highest card goes first. Could do that. Beldar the Brave. What I was going to do was make up a card and have it with me. Because that other thing, you don't know when they're going to go. And you don't know, hey, I'm the 4. Like, I want you to not know until that very instant. So let's see. And then what would I, as the game master, need to know about Beldar right here? His AC. And that's probably, I believe it is, this says it's 4 on his card, but I believe it is 3 now. I'm going to check that. We got Beldar the Brave. Delvar Iron Fist. And he has an AC of 4. And he has a Ring of Protection now. So Silverleaf. Silverleaf, Half Moon, and he has an AC of 10, but I believe it's 9 now. So AC 10, with his ring on, it's going to be 9. So those are those cards. And then ideally, I'd like to have one for every single one of the different monsters. So it's like Shadow 1 and Shadow 2, but that may be too much. You know, a lot of just using group-based initiative seems to be the way that it goes a lot. But like so Gunther. That one is easier to write with. Okay, Gunther the Ghost. Clutching Hands. Okay, and I want to put the information that I need as the game master on them, and then I'm going to be able to mark these things off, you know, right as we go. So if they're in combat with Gunther the Ghost, I want to be able to shuffle these every round. Okay, so I just have the initiative cards right here. All right, what do you want to do, boys? Whatever. All right, now first player, Silverleaf, take your turn. All right, try to accomplish your action. Next up, I'm going to call it out right from behind the screen. Beldar, you're up. Then Devlar, okay, and then Gunther got to go that time. And then I'm going to just shuffle it up. This is so much faster than trying to roll. I think it's better. One of the problems with the roll for the 5th edition is that the order stays constant. I mean, one of the nice things about the AD&D initiative right here is that sometimes you get two turns and you don't really know, okay, next round. All right, what are you trying to do? Next time, Devlar goes first. Then Gunther gets to make his attack or do whatever he's going to do. Then Silverleaf, then Beldar the Brave. Also, I'm hoping this keeps them interested because they don't know. If you've got the cards and you know what number your card is, you're going to kind of know when you're going to go. But you need to be paying attention because I want them to be able to execute their turn as soon as they possibly can, as soon as I turn over the card, right? That's why I think calling out what you're going to do first is important, because when your turn comes up, I don't want, all right, what am I going to do? Do I cast the spell or whatever? Eventually, there could be a time limit on figuring out what you're supposed to be doing, right? Or what you're going to do on your turn. everybody's got like you could do that with like a 30-second sand timer or something like that. Because I just want to know, okay, I'm going to attack this orc. I'm going to shoot, with my sword. I'm going to attack this orc with my bow, and I'm casting magic missile. Okay, great. That's what you're doing. And then we're gonna do that in order as soon as the cards drop. That's my experimental initiative system right here. So then, like on here. And see, it would be if you had individual cards for the bad guys, that may be too complex also from like any kind of manufacturing perspective. Because you would need to be able to identify the characters like on the table if you're using miniatures. And I guess, and I'm not entirely sure I am, but something like Gloomhaven. Now, Gloomhaven has all of the bad guys numbered because you need to know this bad guy has the pinned effect on them or the bleeding effect on them or all of that, right? So that becomes important in Gloomhaven to know exactly, okay, this guy right here is Castle Guard number 3, and he is wounded and has this number of hit points left. But maybe at the moment, these cards would just be more like for group-based initiative. So this would be like right here, zombies. Oh, wait, one thing that's not on here. What pops up through the floor? It's not like I can't have these with me. At the very end. Okay, it's 2 zombies. Okay, so 2 zombies pop up out of the floor in the final crypt. But we also have. So that's why I had 4 zombies up here, I guess. Even though they're only 2 at a time. Then we have Gunther as Juju Zombie. 1. Gunther as Juju Zombie. So this right here, so that is Gunther the Ghost right there. This is Gunther, or just Gunther. Is it Gunther or is it Gunther? It is just Gunther. Gunther, the Juju Zombie. And so, for instance, what would I need in order to be able to run him? Like, I want that information on this card. So he is armor class 6. Daco 15. Hurt only by +1 weapons. Immune to sleep, charm, hold. He's tough. Fear. And magic missiles. I mean, also being immune to magic missiles. That's pretty big, magic missiles. Cold, electricity, poison, and paralyzation. Paralyzation, and I want to have his hit points on here too. So I'll put these, like, record those on the side here because this is a disposable card. He has 24 hit points. So there you go. So you're in battle with Gunther, the Juju Zombie. There you go. He's going to be tough. Decide what you're going to do. Devlar, you fight. Beldar, you go. Silverleaf, Gunther. I think I'm going to like this. I'm going to report back on how well this goes. Now, of course, you could play with things like if you're really supposed to be fast, I think I would make that a class-specific thing rather than saying, hey, you've got a little bit better dexterity, so add your dexterity, which really doesn't matter, like we talked about in 5th edition quite a bit. Instead of, that's kind of more difficult to do with these cards here. But you could put in a second card. Now here, this is not a lot of people. A lot of these, when you're doing group-based initiative, there aren't going to be that many cards. Maybe I'm going to experiment with it both ways. Oh, could use Uno cards, and that way there's like a surprise reverse order too. Like, okay, reverse, right. But you could add another one. You could add another card in. That wouldn't, if you're hasted, then I think that's what you would do. Like place the haste spell card in here, and the player who has haste would just go again, right? I think that's what you would do. So if you actually are hasted, but on the other hand, if you're just faster, if it's like your class benefit that you are faster, and I think I would do it by class, not just your point. That's like a thief thing or a rogue thing. Okay, you're faster. Then you have 2 cards in here, but you just execute on the first one. But as long as you're doing group-based initiative, yeah, you're changing up the order in which the heroes are playing. Well, no, this is different because, okay, so this right here is like the heroes rolling first, then the monsters go. But, what this allows you to do is something like this. This allows this to happen, which is more like something like could happen in 5th edition, where this part of the party goes, and then the bad guy goes, and the next part of the party goes, which I do like that. Okay, this Gunther, the Juju zombie, could go in any particular round when this opportunity springs up. It can go like that. And this is a faster way to do it than trying to call everybody's number out. Roll it and get a number. And you can change it up every round, which I like. So that's what we're going to be experimenting with. And then like over here, see, I kind of feel like let's go. I'm going to try it. So I'm going to go zombie. But make this zombie number 1. Probably going to have to buy some more cards here. Yeah, Savage Worlds, right. So they Savage Worlds uses these cards as well. What is that? I'm blanking out on all the names of these games. Like Dragon, what was a free league game? Dragon something. Someone was explaining in the comments. I seemed to really like it. Zombie 2, Zombie 3. I also didn't have all my miniatures together. Zombie number 4. So these zombies, let's see, 15. I think there are 2 places that zombies are in here. Oh, no, there are actually 6 zombies in this game. Dragonbane, thank you. Yes, Dragonbane. Yes, Titterpig, thank you. What level are the characters? They're still level 1. They did a real efficient run through the first adventure and gained about half a level. So they're still level 1. This is still very early. So there are actually 6 zombies in this game. See, this is the kind of information that I'd want to have at the front of a book. Like if I'm playing the game master, if I'm playing a game master and I'm writing the adventure, I'd want something in the beginning of each adventure that tells me, okay, what could they possibly run into? If you're trying to get together miniatures, you're trying to get together whatever. So these zombies, there are 6 zombies. See, it becomes a bit more like what's going to be in this fight. So they're going to be in a fight with 4 zombies in the dining hall. 4 zombies in the chamber mindlessly attack. See, I like this way. All right, let's go. What are you doing? Devlar, up. Zombie number 2 attacks. Beldar, Silverleaf, zombie number 3, zombie number 4, zombie number 1. Dragonbane with the ducks, yes. Zombies, yes, exactly, Michael. Zombie in the dining hall attacks with the candlesticks. Zombie 3 up next. Zombie 4 up next. Zombie 1 up next. Whoa, zombie 2. So that was a bad round for the heroes. Beldar, but that'd be like rolling like typically in 5th edition, 4th edition, 2nd edition rather. This is better than just having all the zombies go. Paul says level 1, oof, changing the Juju zombie might be an idea. Replace magic missile immunity with applying a fear effect. Yeah, I have a feeling that they really want to hit that with magic missile. Like it doesn't make sense for it to run away. But yeah, the Juju zombie is well, we just wrote it down. I mean, that's pretty tough. Especially if they get down there and they have not found those magic daggers and that longsword. The Stray says, I remember there was like a month we would start our day at like 5 a.m. and paint or whatever and start our day. Yes, we were live, but not a lot showed up. Yes, we did. I remember that. Yes, and we've been meeting and I haven't done this in a while. A few months ago, we were meeting in the Ravenkeep virtual coffee shop with Doug and Retro Nerd Girl, but I have been demotivated lately. So now here, Silverleaf attacks, Zombie 3 attacks, Beldar the Brave, Zombie 4. All right, so that's basically what we're going to be trying to do here. So these zombies are AC 8, Thaco 19. Oh, ha! No, you know what I'm reading here? Okay, zombies always lose initiative and act last in the round. Ha, so we don't even really need to do this for these guys. Always act last. So maybe that's not all that exciting here. HP 12. We were inadvertently having fast zombies. So they're supposed to be going last in the round. Clutching hands. Clutching hands, that's 1 for each character. So they're going to be 3. 1 attack, damage D3, saving throw 10. Oh, I didn't write their saving throws down. This would be great. If I had these things, like I think these need to be made up for the old school essentials. If I were going to type them up, because I couldn't actually, print them out or make them available if they've got the AD&D stuff in them. But if they were had the stats for something like the OSE, then they could be. Ghouls. Let's look at ghouls. Do they do something like always go last? Hopefully not. Ghouls. Ghoul number 1. Ghoul number 2. These guys are armor class 6. Thaco 19. These also have a lot faster movement. I'm talking about the characters in general then I think I would like to transition to, because I haven't been writing down movement, although you would think that movement is important. But I just haven't found it to be that big a deal in these close quarters. It's using miniatures, but they're also close. But like the ghouls have a movement of 9. These characters over here, movement of 12. See, I feel like if you're trying to do a faster fight and positioning is actually going to matter, then like this needs to be dropped down to like 3 or 4. You're like, okay, this is only used in combat anyway. This is like combat move, not non-combat move, but like combat move. We're supposed to be moving fast. Moving 12 is a lot. Like moving 2, 3, and 4 seem like a better number of spaces for like intense close quarters combat. Ghoul 1, Ghoul 2. Oh, 3 attacks. I'm glad I'm looking at all this again, because I would 3 attacks, 2x claw, D3, and then 1x bite, D6. Ghouls are tough. One X bite, D6. Paralyzation on hit. They really need to get a cleric in here. And they are immune to sleep, hold, fear, and charm. And then going down the right, this one is HP 11. And then ghoul number 2 is HP 8. I don't think they figured out that the same kind of creature can have different numbers of hit points yet, because this is the first game that they've played in where that's the case. You know, like in Hero Quest or whatever, the same type of monster all has the same type of hit points. I don't think they've put that together yet. So now, this isn't something like that. And lying on the floor in different corners are the dagger +1 and the potion of healing. All right, ghoul time. Devlar, Beldar, ghoul number 2, Silverleaf, ghoul number 1. All right, so that at least is going to be the initiative system. There's more to do here, because I guess I would take some of these cards and make up something for the dagger +1. Maybe I could do that something on Adobe Illustrator and print. Maybe we've got some glue around here to print something out. We will see. But anyway, all right, I'm feeling better because I already got some things right here. Yeah, my brother does, right? Yeah, I know. I'm really hoping he will play. He's never played Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, but he really needs to come in with them and be a cleric. Or someone else, like my aunt could come over or something like that. Oh, Stray says I had to make new heroes because of the ghouls. They're nasty. So yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Because they didn't level up. So we will see. Well, I'm going to keep on the pulse of the game to see how it goes. But there's a lot of healing potions in here. There's 7 healing potions. So, all right. Well, I am going to get out of here. I'm going to do some work today. I'm hoping to be really productive over the next couple of days. It has been a pleasure being here with you guys today. I'm not sure when we're going to be playing. Like I said, we may do some other. I'm not sure. So we may get to do some more prep before we do a game recap. But all right, everybody, go forth. Be creative. Be constructive. Have a wonderful day. I will talk to everybody later. Bye.